What is going on, guys? Dave from Wake Up It's Football. Bring guys the 2016-2017 episode of the Red Zone Blitz. It's the season debut. It's the not too many awards have been won for this show, Ezra. I think that needs to be changed. But Ezra, my partner in crime, how's it going, man? It's been too long.
We have not committed any crimes, just FYI, a disclaimer for anyone that thinks so. I've actually been under the weather the last couple days, but my Jets plush blanket have kept me warm. Just got to represent a little bit. You see the Jets logos, but everything's good. It's that time of the year to talk some football. How's your summer been?
Summer has been very, very good. I'm going to get into that in 1 second. I just want to let everybody know that me and Ezra have noticed some lag. We're trying to work on that, but there's no promises here. And secondly, we made the announcement on Twitter tonight, or earlier today, about using Discord to call into the show. We were also working on that before the show started, and we still need to work out some kinks with that. So no Discord tonight, and unfortunately, there could be some lag. So as for my summer, summer's been great. I've been enjoying it so far. It's been a lot of fun stuff on the football side of things. I've gotten a couple of these in the mail. As you can see behind me, there's 2 of them. Got another one sitting here. 3 letters from the Packers. Pretty much saying thanks, but no
rejection.
Yeah.
But that's good. At least they were nice enough to send your letter back.
I didn't hear nothing back from the Colts. I didn't hear nothing back from the Redskins or the Bengals that I applied for.
And that's why the Packers are a first-class organization, right?
Right. So, it's one of those things, and you got to frame them, man. You got to frame them.
Sorry, son.
But the other thing besides these rejection letters is I'm actually now an official team scout for the Salt Lake Screaming Eagles, which is the first ever franchise. Now, this is going to sound crazy to some of you if you haven't heard about this, but scrolling through Facebook one day, kept seeing these franchise ads, and it was ticking me off because they were everywhere. So I finally clicked on it. I looked it over. I was like, you know what? This sounds crazy, but this sounds kind of cool. They're going to let the fans run the team, vote on the colors, the logo, the coaches, the players. And me being part of the team right now, I'm a scout where we have a big master list on our forum right now where we're scrolling, we're going through players, we're bringing in head coaches right now, we're interviewing the coaches, and it's actually kind of cool. Now, whether this thing is a giant failure or a giant success, I want to be a part of it. So I ended up having to pay $65 to do it, but it was to go towards the app that they're building in order for everybody to join on that app during game days and be able to call plays and whatnot. So it's really, really cool stuff. It's something that's so crazy that I didn't ever you can't take it seriously when you initially talk about it. But I had to do it. So they said,
David, if you can master hair, I'm sure you can master scouting. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll be successful at this, and Salt Lake City's got some good players coming their way thanks to you.
I hope so.
And hair products.
I hope so, yeah, and hair products. We'll have to see if we can get some sort of advertising deal there. But anyway, that's how my summer off season is regarding football. What about yours? What have you been up to?
Nothing with football. I disconnect a whole lot from sports when football's out. Even basketball this year, I wasn't into until playoffs came around. And am I cold? I am not. Only my heart is cold. For every other team besides the Jets. Bird Gang, what's up? Nice to see you guys back. I disconnect even basketball until the finals came around with the Warriors and Cavs. It was a great finals with that comeback and everything. I'm just traveling. Went to Costa Rica. I don't know if I told you guys last time I was on the show here. And then I set up my trip. I'm going to Thailand in November, so expect me not to be on the Red Zone Blitz for 2 weeks. Hopefully, Dave will have a nice, pretty bad replacement so he can while I'm gone for those 2 weeks. But that's about it. Enjoying this weather. I love the sun, love summer. So, just traveling, enjoying it, and going out to the beaches and everything. Got a little tan. I don't know if you guys can notice. I don't know if the lighting's here.
You got too much blanket on you right now. We can't really tell.
All right, I'll show off the guns a little bit then. Obama might track me down. Obama could buy he can't ban these guns. Just FYI, I'm a Obama guy, just in case anyone, just saying.
Remember, guys, if you want to talk to us, talk more football after the show's over, you guys can hit us up on Facebook and Twitter at the handles below. We're always on there, and we're always active, so we will respond to your tweets. Just please hit us up whenever, even if the show's over, even if it's whatever day of the week, whatever time, hit us up. I get the notifications on my phone. We will talk to you. We want to talk to our fans. So keep that in mind. If there's ever a topic that comes to your mind, like, oh, what if Dave or Ez want to talk about this? Hit us up. We'll talk about it. So,
my boy Black Mamba, he was the first one in here tonight. Shout outs to you. He doesn't hit me up on Twitter anymore. What's going on? What's up, bro? And what's up, Leroy Boss, Andrew, Zach? It's good to see you guys. Love to see familiar faces after a long layoff.
It is awesome. I mean, it's the Regulus, the guys who come back every single year. I love it. So no further ado, man. Let's get into this. Let's do some football. Let's talk. All right. One of the hotter topics in the football landscape right now are all of the players who have retired in this offseason, especially those who are below the age of 30. Now, yes, Calvin Johnson is one of those players above the age of 30. He is probably the biggest name. But what does that say, or what does that tell us about where this sport is headed with all of these younger players who still have time to continue their growth, to continue their careers, who end up just calling it quits, hang up the cleats and really give up the money, the fame and everything due to potentially the concussions that we've been talking about for the last 5 years. I mean, what does this tell us about where the sport is headed?
Overall, I'm not sure what does that say about the sport is headed, but I think there's a number of factors here. Think of today's youth. A lot of, college kids are more in the health conscious side of things. Think of what a lot of those organic supermarkets. People are more conscious what they put into their bodies, what they eat, how they work out, technology, and just all these new facts coming out about brain damage and how what your body goes through after you retire. I think people are saying, hey, there's life after football. And I think people being conscious and about future in the sport, besides the health risk, is I'm more concerned about the mothers saying, hey, look at what this does to you in the future. And I want you playing a different sport. I want you to play soccer. I want you to play lacrosse. And it's not only that. There's so many different things offered that could be esports. Like, that's the hottest thing right now going. Okay? You see it on networks now. It's huge on Twitch. Those guys are getting deals. Athletes. Shaq owns an esports team. Rick Fox. I think that's going to play a larger role than the health risk and mothers than actual players retiring under 30. Because I think this is going to take the talent pool and the interests of young minds away. MMA is another one. There's so many different sports out there, or entertainment out there, that's going to take talent away. And I think that's going to be much more of a factor and mothers than these 30-year-olds, under 30-year-olds retiring.
I heard a good point the other day, and I kind of agreed with it. And it's not. I mean, it's a very simple point. Players nowadays are making more money. What's the point of continuing to put your body through all of the stress, all of the injuries, all of the damage that you do to whichever body part, including your head, when you're getting paid millions and millions upon millions of dollars? If you're smart with how you manage your money, you play in the league for a couple of years and you get out. And I think that's what's starting to happen. I think younger players are starting to realize, there's that curve. If you were to make a line graph right now, how many years do I want to play in the NFL? How much money do I want to make? Where does that point meet? That's where I'm getting out. And I think that's what's probably
a lot of these guys that are retiring aren't retiring after their big contracts either. So I'm not sure if that's really right. I would like to see the graph where because potentially their second contract's their biggest. Because nowadays we know with the new CBA, you already have these rookie scale contracts. Before you was a first round pick, you were going to make big money. And I don't know if these guys are. Didn't Anthony Davis just come back?
Yeah.
From the 49ers? Like, I want to see this. This is right now, this is a 2-year thing. I want to see, does this trend continue 5 years down the line? That's what I want to see. I wonder if this is just a trend thing going on, or is this really a long-term effect? So, I don't know. And I don't know if these guys are really being effective with their money, because we already read the statistics. These guys go broke within 5 years. So some of these guys that retired, I want to see, are they going to stay retired? Or are they going to come back like Anthony Davis?
Well, let's talk about Eugene Monroe right now, who was cut by the Ravens. He flirted, or I'd say maybe the Giants flirted with him to come to New York to play with them. And instead, Eugene Monroe decides to retire. I believe Eugene is, somewhere around the age of 20. What is he? How old is Eugene Monroe?
Isn't he been in the league for over 8 years or something?
Or do I have the wrong name? No, I don't have the wrong name. I'm pretty sure it's Eugene Monroe. I have to see how old he is. I might have clicked on the wrong link here. But I know Eugene Monroe came out on Mike and Mike 2 weeks ago, I think it was, somewhere around there. And I'm just going to try and look this up so I can get my facts straight really quickly.
He says he's 29. The guys are saying he's 29 years old. This 29. Is why these guys are awesome.
29. Okay, thank you, guys. I appreciate it. So he's 29 years of age. One of those players who's under 30. Yes, he is a pro-marijuana advocate. He says that there are players who use this drug for healing purposes rather than get addicted to painkillers. But he did also mention the fact that he did retire due to the fact of concussions. He said he wants to live around long enough to see his family. He wants to not have to deal with CTE, and he says the scariest thing about this whole thing is he doesn't know if he has it yet or not because he has suffered concussions, and the future for him is unclear. He's played the sport. More and more research is coming out about concussions and CTE, and it scared him to the point where he doesn't want to play anymore.
Which I understand. So, like I said, a lot of today's youth has that mindset. Even when not even outside their body, they'll talk about the environment. There's a lot of young activists about their environment. There are a lot of health conscious people at a young age nowadays. So I understand that, but like I said, I want to see is this a trend or is this a fad? That's what I want to see, long term.
I'll tell you where it starts. If it's long term, and it already has started. It starts with the youth, the Heads Up football program, trying to make those programs safer. Now I just heard a statistic about how parents, is an overwhelming statistic. I think it was like 70% of parents don't want their children playing tackle football until the age of 14.
Yeah, I understand. Like I said, the moms that's my big concern too. And obviously, some fathers and parenting period, that's a big concern because I've heard some football players say, I don't want my kid playing football.
Right.
So obviously, if your parents are not going to be supportive or put you in situations to succeed or enjoy or try a sport, you're not really going to grow up to love it either. And, nowadays, if you want to get noticed by a college, you got to play football at a young age and start getting on scouts' radar at a young age and colleges and etc.
And that's why scouting in the future is going to get so much harder because the talent pool You don't know what you're going to get, because if hypothetically something along the lines of you don't play tackle football until you're in high school, you haven't done it in middle school, there's going to be the experience factor there. And what I mean by that is when kids get into college, they haven't been tackling for 6 or 7 years. They've only been tackling for 3 or 4. So they need more time to develop, more time to catch up, and that could dwindle the talent pool a little bit. So it could be a ripple effect is what I'm saying. And if that's what happens, it could have an impact on the future NFL talent.
Well, like you said, the NFL has to be proactive with the parents and show them this could be a safe sport. It could be a safe environment for your children and for an adults, etc. And they're going to keep trying different things to make the sport safer. But like I said, there's other factors of drawing the kids' interest away from football. And I believe esports is going to be that future sports league that they have to combat. Because a lot of, we already know gaming is huge and streaming is huge right now. And esports is just catching on fire right now. And I don't think that's going to slow down anytime soon.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see, I think, probably more 10 years down the line where the NFL is versus, 10 years ago, I think we were still seeing receivers running down the middle of the field and getting lit up by safeties. 10 years ago. If you told me 10 years ago, 10 years into the future, quarterbacks aren't going to be able to get hit.
And you know what? Movies like Concussion
on the field.
Movies like Concussion or documentaries about concussions or any studies is not helping the NFL right now. I don't think the NFL is in trouble for the next 15, 20 years. But if you're talking about long haul after that, you know what? There might be some trouble. I just think it's too big to fail for the next, 20 years. But after that, there's going to be interest, there's going to be health scares, etc.
So we want to know what you guys think down in the comment box. We're keeping an eye on that. We have already seen some of your guys' comments, but I mean, it's tough to ask a question surrounding the topic because there's just so much uncertainty. You look towards the future, and unfortunately, nobody can read the future. Nobody's gonna know. So there's really, it's too tough to we can only talk about what we know right now. So
Bergang said the NFL is not to blame because NFL players know the risk.
There's an extent to that. Yes, they know that.
Yeah, they don't know if their brain was going to be. You know what? Humans are stupid. I'm one of those stupid humans. Unless there's facts on the table, you know what? If you do this, your brain will shatter. You will end up this way very explicitly. People are going to do it. So I don't know if they really knew the big risk. They knew some risk, but did they know the extent of those risks? I'm not sure about all that. And that's why the NFL had to pay out, what was it, $800 million to former players because the system also agreed with the players.
Yeah. And we're still seeing, I think, the older generation of players trying to still make some grab at some money.
Well, of course, I know that. There's going to be some people out there trying to take advantage of any system in the world. So right. Yes, I agree with you there.
Let us know what you guys think about this topic. We're going to move on to another topic which we haven't really had time to talk about is the NFL draft in late April. We didn't get a chance to discuss this. I hope you have a team off the top of your head. I know I do. It might be the same team, but who's a team in your mind who benefited from the draft, with the players that they ended up drafting, and you see them taking a step forward this season based on the talent that they were to acquire?
How about, all right, on three, we both say it at the same time, all right?
All right.
1, 2, 3. Dolphins.
Jacksonville. Did you say Jaguars?
I said Jaguars is my second team. I had Dolphins because you said player, so that's why I said. But I put multiple players for the Jaguars. But
you said Dolphins?
I said Dolphins.
Ugh. Hey, I don't know. All right, go ahead. Let's hear this.
You said player. That's why in the question you said player. I didn't go with whole draft. If you go with whole draft, I will go with Jaguars. I have it right here. I can show you. Right here. But when you say player, the reason I say Dolphins is because they grabbed Tunsil with the 13th pick, which he was projected in a lot of people's boards to be the number 1 or number 2 player. Because he got a little action in the room with a bong. He fell 12 spots from a projected number 1 overall pick to the Dolphins. That is great value at that pick. And that was great for the Dolphins. You got yourself a potential all-pro tackle at the 13th pick.
I'm going to go with the Jags. I think
I have to.
Obvious reasons. Obvious reasons, man. I mean, Jalen Ramsey at 5, where
Miles Jack
could have been taken at 2, as early as 2.
Yes. They said he was the second. A lot of people had him as number 1 or 2. It was him and Tunsil as number 1 or 2 best player on this board.
I had the Jaguars taking my last mock draft. I had them taking Miles Jack at the 5th overall spot. And he falls all the way down. It was a 37, I think it was, somewhere 37-ish. I think 37, 38, whatever. Where Jacksonville took him a whole round later. So you get Jalen Ramsey, who was potentially a Jaguar. I had him somewhere in that top 5 range. No, top 5 for sure. Miles Jack, who I had 5 to the Jack. They got both guys.
And guess what? Wow. And guess what else? And guess who else they had? Dante Fowler from last year.
Right? Yeah. Yeah,
This is what I wrote down. When you wrote me this question, I said, Dolphins because Tunsil, most talented player, and then Jaguars because of the players you just named. And I said they added Dante from last year because he was injured for the whole year. So you get yourself 3 first-rounders into the lineup this year.
Well, and don't forget some of their free agent acquisitions. I mean, they had some pretty solid pickups in free agency. The defensive lineman from Denver, what's his name? Is it Malik Jackson? I think it was.
Yes, who signed for crazy money? Yes,
they're a team that's God, man. I mean, on paper right now they're scary. When was the last time you heard anyone say Jacksonville's scary?
If you think about it, they're the most talented team in that division. The only thing is, you know me. I don't off-season champs. Don't usually, but this team is growing. Most of their talent is homegrown.
Right.
That's one thing I like.
Right.
Okay.
And that's the difference.
Most of their big talent, they got, their offense. You gotta love Blake Bortles' progression. They got the Allen brothers, or a stellar duo of wide receivers. The running game, they got some talent back there. I know they added Chris Ivory in free agency, but the defensive side of the ball is where they got their big talent now. And, Ramsey shores up that secondary. It's just their defense needs to step up. They really need to grow for this team to grow and take the step forward.
Yeah, and Delic, he says, Yeldon as well, who they drafted.
Yeldon, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean... A lot of young talent, and if it all comes together.
All right. DJ,
if it all
I don't know about awesome.
Together.
I wouldn't use the word awesome with T-Y. That's what I will say. I don't know what that means, but
So, the Jags are a team to watch, and someone said, the AFC South is just overall, as a whole, just completely improved. Texans, man, they've had a huge question mark at quarterback.
They still do.
I don't think so. I think
they still have a question mark.
Brock Osweiler, to me, is going to be better.
Done nothing. He got benched.
He
got benched. He got $18 million.
For who? He didn't get benched for Kirk Cousins. He got benched
for a guy that had to retire.
He did not get benched.
He got benched because he got a guy that had to retire, which I
to ever play the game.
Who was the one that said last year, bring back Peyton off the bench when he's healthy?
Peyton Manning did not play good football last year.
I know that, and they benched him for him. That's my point, David.
My point is, Brock Osweiler was not going to start over Peyton Manning if Peyton Manning can play football. Regardless of how well Peyton can play. The
Texans better hope he's the answer. I don't think he is. I still think he's a question mark.
I think he got overpaid. I think they for what we've seen from Brock, we didn't see enough for him to get paid that much money. I mean, that's the bottom line. But I still think he's going to be able to produce better than I don't know, a guy like someone in, like, let's say San Francisco, where Blaine Gabbert and Colin Kaepernick are dueling it out. Oh my goodness. Blaine Gabbert and Colin Kaepernick. Yeah, I'd rather have Brock.
Guess what? John Elway rather have Mark Sanchez.
No, he wouldn't.
How about that one? Because he said, you want that much money? I'll see you later. I'll get Mark over here.
You know what? I didn't think about talking about this, but now that you mention it, a lot of people, I think including yourself, thought that I don't know. I want to get your opinion on this. Signing Mark Sanchez to potentially be the starter in Denver was the stupidest, dumbest thing that you can do. But I disagree with that.
Wait. What did you say again?
I said there's people out there who think bringing Mark Sanchez in to be a starter is the dumbest and stupidest thing that you can do.
No, absolutely not.
And I disagree with that. I thought that, the fact that Mark Sanchez, yes, is a veteran. Yes, we've seen the butt fumble, and yes, we've seen him.
Yes. We know all his Jets history, yes.
But I still think with the defense that they have on that team, and the fact that if he can just be an average to slightly above average quarterback, that team will still make the playoffs.
All I know is Mark Sanchez, when he has a running game, a defense, and
that's the formula.
We've seen it. He brought his teams 2 times to the AFC Championship. My thing is, do the Broncos have a running game consistent enough to carry him out? That's my only concern with the Broncos this year, their running game.
Demaryius Thomas is in for a rude awakening. Let me tell you what, if you guys are thinking about starting fantasy football league, as I am, I'm going to start with you guys this year. I'm going to get to that later in the show. But if you guys are thinking about drafting, who you want to draft, don't go with Denver receivers. Just don't do it. Because there's going to be a drastic, I think there's going to be Emmanuel Sanders, Demaryius Thomas, whoever else they have at receiver, just forget about it. Let somebody else
have a 1,000-yard receiver on that team. If Mark Sanchez starts
the year. One, maybe.
I'm not saying they're going to have 3. No, they're not. Yes, you're not going to get the historic Peyton Manning performance and these wide receivers all having 1,000 yards. No, but you're going to have at least one guy with 1,000 yards. Mark Sanchez is not that terrible,
but he's also not that good.
He's not that good.
He's not that bad.
He's a starter in this league. I don't care what he is a starter in this league.
Yeah, I would take him.
I think he's a really good backup quarterback. Okay, A+. He's like an A+ backup quarterback, and he's like a C starter.
He's a really good average quarterback.
Really good.
He's just like right in the middle.
He's a starter in this league. Okay,
I need somebody to throw me 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Mark Sanchez. Come on down.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying, don't be getting on my guy like too much. The Jets didn't help him out too much at the end. They just didn't.
We got a little off tangent. I forgot what we were even talking about. But the draft. So you said the Dolphins because of Tunsil.
Yes.
I said the Jaguars because of their first 2 draft selections. Throw your guys' teams down in the comment box. I think I saw someone say Cardinals, but because they're a Cardinals fan, that's a little biased. Let's move on now. You always talk about I always talk about the circus now.
Yes,
We
of course
talk
you do.
about the circus being in where? This is how the whole show started.
Yeah, because your first circus video was about my Jets and Tim
Right.
Tebow and all that good
Then the
stuff.
circus was on the move and it made its way to Cleveland, where Johnny Manziel gets drafted. Josh Gordon's getting suspended for weed. And you know what? The circus is now on the move again, and it's made its way south. I think it's found a stop. I think it's in Dallas right now.
I think that's an easy answer for you. Because Dallas has always got some questionable things going on. I don't know if that's really a circus. I think that's just usual business.
So let me say this. Let me give my spiel then, all right? So the team has multiple defensive players suspended for various amounts of games. You got Rolando McClain, Randy Gregory, DeMarcus Lawrence. The team could be facing a $250,000 fine for the amount of suspended players they have on their roster.
Which is fine.
They were outmaneuvered in the draft by the Raiders and the Jets for quarterbacks such as Hackenberg and Connor Cook in the second and fourth rounds to find a backup to potentially, be their future starter behind Romo. Kellen Moore, their second-string quarterback, just broke his ankle. You're hearing whispers about maybe Manziel coming in to be the backup.
No, that's
Manziel
Manziel saying
Romo's
that.
coming off injury. Now, is the circus not entrenched in Dallas, or is that just an overstatement?
No, I think that's an overstatement because this is what Dallas does. And I love what Black Mama just said. 49ers is a circus. I'm already hearing that there's tension between Chip Kelly and his general managers. Would I go as far as the 49ers are the circus right now? If I don't, you know what? Maybe because this team does not get any publicity, maybe the Chargers are a circus. They don't know if they're going to be in San Diego. Their safety, their best player on the defensive side of the ball, left because he was tired of that place. They haven't even signed their first-round draft pick yet in Joey Bosa. What's going on? The Chargers do not get a lot of TV love. Maybe the Chargers is that circus that no one's talking about. But I like the answer from Black Mamba, 49ers. But I might go with the Chargers here.
That's interesting. I didn't even think about the Chargers, but
no one does. No one cares about the Chargers.
In Dallas. Now, listen, as I'm telling you right now, because it's probably not going to happen, but for the small itty-bitty chance that it does, because right now Dallas is potentially talking about bringing in a guy like Nick Foles, who's a free agent, or trading for a guy like Mike Glennon to back up Tony Romo. If, this is a big if, all right, the little itty-bittiest chance that Johnny Manziel gets signed by the Cowboys, I promise you,
that'll be the circus. It'll be the circus.
First thought in Ezra's mind is the circus has landed in Dallas.
Sometimes circuses could be short, in a short time in the city. That's it. You can drive around.
So, I honestly, for entertainment purposes, I would love to see Johnny Manziel in a Dallas Cowboys jersey just so I can point and laugh. I just want to do it.
Man, and I'm like, damn, that kind of sucks that the Cowboys have to face a fine because they got too many players that do it's just so stupid. I don't understand, but I understand Jerry Jones' mindset. He's taking a chance on these players. They're not going to get paid very much, but they offer high value, high reward with their play. So, and unfortunately, it didn't work out for them, and they got suspended. And it sucks that he has to pay the price for it.
What? Gregory, I think, has been busted for weed. Lawrence, I think, was busted for weed. McClain got busted for
that purple drink, which sucks. I hope McClain gets that straightened out. This marijuana thing maybe this is just a personal opinion of mine, but maybe the NFL need. You know what? There's a ton of players that use it and never got caught, etc. And you already turn a blind eye to all the steroids that goes on. Just make marijuana legal. Why don't you just take it off the ban list?
Even if they take it off the ban list, they can say they're not going to test for it. But I think if it's still caught in a player's system, I think they can still suspend for it.
No, I'm talking about maybe they should just take it off the ban list and not suspend for it either.
There's arguments both ways. They say, you know what? Maybe half the league is doing it right now. Maybe half the league is smoking weed. Let's look at this realistically. If half the league is smoking weed, maybe we should just ease up on it and, just let them do it. The other side to that, the counterpoint is, you know what, man? We're paying these players millions of dollars, all right? Not just $1 million or $2 million of dollars. Multi-million-dollar contracts being thrown left and right. There are people who would kill to play in the NFL.
Okay.
Right? Why would you give up all of those dollars? Why would you give up the opportunity for something such as like a temporary high?
All those millions of people that would kill to play in the NFL, why aren't they playing in the NFL?
Because they're not physically talented.
Because they suck, okay? So no one cares about they would kill to get an NFL. Okay, that's the only way you're making it to the NFL, because you suck and you have to kill someone to take their place. So I don't give a crap about that damn argument, first of all. Second of all, people drink alcohol. These guys get paid millions of dollars. Alcohol's legal. It's more dangerous. Has caused more accidents. No one's been suspended for it unless you're drinking that purple drink.
Let me put it to you like this. This is very simple. If the league is going to hold firm, okay, on one of its biggest stars deflating a football for over 2 years, taking it to court and wasting millions of dollars in taxpayers' money over a deflated football, okay, there's no way in hell they're going to.
And everyone agrees that was stupid.
There's no way they're going to ease up on marijuana if they're not.
I know they're not. I'm just saying.
Deflated football.
Hopefully one day, we get a capable president that says, hey, marijuana is legal nationwide, then on a federal level, and then this will be a non-issue, and Josh Gordon, he could have one right on the sidelines.
Yeah, but
okay, Tunsil could go back to Twitter and hit up the bong again, and everybody be all right.
No, but
then I understand what you're saying.
Even if it's legalized throughout the entire country, the NFL can still say, if you do this, you will get suspended or fined.
Well, then they're being jerks. That's it. And guess what? They've been jerks before. I know you're right.
So we went from a circus to marijuana. That's what the Red Zone Blitz is, man. You never know where the blitz is going to come from, man. You got to be ready.
Come out of nowhere, blindside you. Right? Josh
Gordon. That's why you need a left tackle.
Coming back, right? Your boy might be coming back like in week 14.
All right. Well, let's get to Mr. Josh Gordon now. The Cleveland Browns have shown some smarter decision making, I'd say, than we were used to from that franchise. They bring in a quality head coach.
Who's that?
Yeah, you tell me who's that.
I don't know who the head coach is. Who pays attention to the Browns?
I'll give you a hint. He was with the Bengals last year.
I know, my boy. I know it's my boy Hugh Jackson.
Okay.
Hopefully he turns out to be a quality head coach. I was been very high on him for a long time. I thought, I said my Jets should have interviewed him a while ago. I thought a lot of teams should have hired my boy.
They never let him go in Oakland.
And I thought he did a very good job with Oakland that 1 year, I thought.
RG3 is his quarterback now. They draft Corey Coleman in the first round at receiver. Now, I can go on for an hour on just Corey Coleman alone. I think he was my favorite player in the entire draft. Loved him. I think he's going to be a fantastic superstar at the receiver position, but unfortunately, he did get drafted by the Browns. And every play for the Browns, you just never know what's going to happen. But, they let Manziel go. Josh Gordon could be coming back. You mentioned Gordon right there. Is Cleveland's arrow trending upwards now with some of these moves that they've, made? And especially in upper management, playing the analytics a little bit more.
Bro, you can't really go down more when you're already in hell. Okay, when you're in the crapper, you can't go below that. Not too much more. So to answer your question, yes, the arrow's looking up because that's the only way the arrow can point right now. But yeah, like I said, they hired a bright, hot commodity that was a coordinator in Hugh Jackson. Like you said, they filled in a need, and in a lot of minds, the number one wide receiver in this draft. They could try. They get the second overall pick. That's a quarterback a couple years ago on a cheap deal. So hopefully some things need to work out, and they need to get a lot more depth in there. But if you can build something this year, if they can win 5 games and be competitive in the other games, I think that's a great start.
5 games.
Yeah, it depends how you win those 5 games, right?
Like the first 5 games of the season. What are you saying? They're gonna win 5 games all year?
Maybe.
I don't know. I think they got a little bit more in them than that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
What'd they finish last year? 6-10?
I don't know. Remember, the Ravens are going to be better. The Steelers should be better.
Let's not forget. They did one hell of a job in the draft. They were going 2nd overall. Okay, 2nd overall. They trade back with the Eagles for them from the 2 to the 8 spot, so that they can go up and get Carson Wentz. Fine. They get a boatload, whatever you want to say, draft picks there. They're sitting at 8, and guess who trades up with them? The Titans, who had traded down in order for the Rams to get Goff. The Titans go from 15 to 8. Browns acquire more draft picks and go down to 15. They worked that draft. I love the way they did it.
When you're rebuilding, I don't think wins quantifies a successful year. It's the progression of your young talent and how your team is molding for, upwards for years to come. So 5 wins, you can still have a productive rebuilding season instead of you playing a lot of veteran guys and then you winning 7-8 games. Ooh, let's feel good about that. No, play the young guys. Make sure they progress. So in a couple years, these guys are ready to rock and roll, and let's take the division over. Not overwork, these veterans that's going to get you 7 wins. For what? For the 13th pick in the draft? I think you progress with your young guys and make sure they grow.
I agree with that. I think at this point they have nothing left to lose with that franchise. But yeah, they have a lot of young talent. I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if they won a little bit more than 5 games.
I wouldn't be surprised either. I'm just saying if they win 5 games in the way of I think they should play these young players, I think that'll be a solid, like I said, depends how the young players progress and how they look. And shout outs to Get With It Sports.
I was about to say.
What's up, Glass?
Glass says Browns going 6-10. It's probably somewhere in that neighborhood. I'm saying more than 5.
We was just talking about his Broncos too. Talking about Mark Sanchez leading.
Hit the rewind button a little bit and end up
Mark Sanchez leading that charge over there.
Yeah.
The mentor to Paxton Lynch.
Paxton needs a little bit more time, I think.
Don't worry. Mark's going to make sure he's up to speed.
What about your team? As you're talking about Glass's team, what about your team? What took the Jets so long to sign Ryan Fitzpatrick? They signed him to what? $12 million guaranteed.
We're going to talk about my team.
No. We're going to talk about him.
I said we're all going to talk about him, but I got to make sure I'm prepared. I'm going to talk about them. There we go.
Okay, so as a Jets fan then, are you okay?
As a what? Jets fan.
As a Jets fan.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah, I'm a Jets fan? It looks easy. You got a Jets blanket over there. Are you okay with them signing Fitz?
For a 1-year deal, yes. He gives, out of the 4 quarterbacks that we have on the roster, he gives us the best chance to win this upcoming year. And it's not like there was a whole lot of options out there for us to pick from. So yeah, I'm happy with the 1 year deal that he got. Now, if it was a 3-4 year deal, then I'll be like, hey, come on now. I would have been very upset.
Do you really think they're going to keep 4 quarterbacks on that roster?
They should. I don't care about the conventional wisdom is or what most other teams do. They only carry 2, 3. No, carry 4. We had a franchise quarterback in 40-something years. Do you think I really care about the 53rd special teams guy right now?
I'm gonna tell you
unconventional. Be unconventional. Carry the 4. Because let's say you cut one of these guys, and for some reason they go somewhere and become a Pro Bowler. Let's say that happens.
I'll tell you what. I agree with part of that saying you be unconventional. I can see that. I can agree with that. But if I had to cut one of the 3, who am I cutting?
If you're asking me,
I know who I would
if
cut.
you're asking me, I'm cutting Geno. Yes,
I'm cutting Geno as well.
If I had to cut someone, but the thing is, I don't even know if I would say cut Geno. I would probably say, see, I've never seen. This is why I say keep all 4. The reason why Geno is the backup quarterback, and they're valuable, man. They're valuable. And the way that Ryan Fitzpatrick plays, he throws himself out there. He's aggressive when he's running the ball. He takes shots. So it won't be a surprise if he gets hurt at some point in the year. We need Geno to come in. That's why I say keep all 4, because I have never seen Bryce out there. And we just obviously just drafted Hackenberg. So you're not going to cut him. So it's either Geno or Bryce.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't. I'm not cutting any of them. I'm not.
I think it'd be a tough choice, but I think Geno might end up getting cut. It's Geno or Bryce, like you said. I don't know who's going to be, but who have we seen more of to kind of get a sample size of their play as Geno, and how has he played up?
But can Geno get some talent to play with? Can he get a little something to play with?
A little bit.
I have not been the biggest Geno fan, but I got to keep it real. Okay, if you want to make some chicken, you got to give him some seasoning, okay, kid? You know what I'm saying? You just gave him the chicken and no seasoning, and you wanted it to taste good. You're talking about it tastes bland. Well, of course, you gave him no salt, no pepper, no sazon. Give him some seasoning, and let's see what kind of chicken he can make. Do you understand what I'm saying now?
I bet you it still tastes like crap.
Probably, but can he get a chance?
We haven't seen what kind of chicken Bryce Petty can make. What if his is just like 5-star chef, but he just hasn't been given the opportunity to play in a game to show that off?
You know what it is? You could be right. I could be right. The thing is, none of us know who is right. That's my point. Don't cut them. Let them make that chicken. Okay, let's have a cook-off, and let's see who can grill that chicken the best.
Yeah. If they keep all 4, I would be very surprised. I think one of them ends up getting cut.
I hope not. Because I know the conventional.
You know what though, Ryan
Fitzpatrick,
he set the franchise record in touchdowns last year, didn't he?
I don't care. What's your point?
I mean, you don't care. And Joe Namath, the most overrated quarterback of all time. Ryan Fitzpatrick is now over that dude in the record book for that franchise.
What's your point?
My point is, you guys have never had a quarterback like Ryan Fitzpatrick.
So I'm supposed to lock him up and be satisfied? That's how franchise got? No. One more year. And hopefully Hackenberg is ready to take over and take over this league and lead the charge for a new dynasty here.
Give him all the salt and pepper you have. He's still not going to make it.
He's going to bring some new recipes you guys don't even know about. Your taste buds haven't tasted anything yet. Hackenberg chicken sandwiches coming soon, 2017.
You better hope so, man. Better hope so.
Telling me.
All right. one of the last topics before we start heading down to the comment box. We talked about the Jaguars this earlier. We said, the Jaguars team on the rise, But is there a team out there that's going to, you think, wow fans this year? Like, wow.
Well, there's a couple teams on the radar that people are talking about.
A team that hasn't been very good for the last 5 years or so that could potentially.
We've been saying these teams eventually these teams are going to come out, right?
Make the playoffs. Like, which team is it going to be this year?
Well, a lot of people are going to say the Raiders.
Oakland, baby.
The Raiders, who the Jets should have drafted Derek Carr, but whatever. Don't listen to Ezra. Whatever. And they had themselves another solid offseason / draft. A lot of, even though they went to the playoffs last year, a lot of people are high on the Vikings. Some of them are calling them Super Bowl sleepers. Okay. But a lot of people are going with the Raiders. Would I go with them? I don't know.
I'm saying Raiders, dude. There's no way.
I was high on the Dolphins last year. I'm not going to jump on that bandwagon again, even though they have a lot of talent. I would have said Texans if they had a quarterback, but they don't have one yet. Let's see. The Bengals, they've lost some talent this offseason because of free agents.
The playoffs for the last 4 or 5 years.
Oh, I know. Okay, all right. But it's still the Bengals. No one respects them. So I can okay, you anybody can win the NFC East this year.
Every year anybody can win the NFC East.
Even though the Dallas has the most. No, I think the last couple of years, I think that the Cowboys had the most talent by far. It was just injuries really hurt them last year. Vikings will win the NFC North again. Sorry, Dave. Oh, Glass with a slam.
I don't know about all that.
All right, you want a dark team that can come out of nowhere, make the playoffs? I don't know what to tell you, man. With the Buccaneers.
Old famous Jameis, huh?
Making that second-year jump.
Nah, man. This is too
young talent progressing even more. The only thing is I don't like they changed coaches. Lovie Smith didn't deserve to get fired.
Who's their coach now?
Their offensive coordinator.
I don't even remember his name.
I don't know. It starts with a K. Call him KFC. Something Cuddy or something like that. It was their offensive coordinator. So at least he stayed in-house.
Hey,
this is what we have to talk about, too. I wanted to talk about this. Zach said, hey, David, you remember that prediction that Andrew Luck was going to win a Super Bowl within his first 5 years? Yes. I've been here that long.
This is the year. This could be the year.
Okay.
Think about it. Had a down year last year, right? Everybody's kind of not written you off, but isn't talking about you like they used to talk about you. Andrew Luck was hurt, didn't put up the numbers. Yeah, the Colts, whatever. That division's on the rise. You got the Jags, Texans making moves. Titans even look a little bit better. They bring in DeMarco. Cool. What if the Colts? What if the Colts is that team this year who just kind of just put the what is it called, their foot down, metal to the pedal, whatever it's called, and they go to the Super Bowl this year. This is year number 5, and I made the prediction. I might stick with it.
Yeah, I hope so. Please stick with it.
Colts. I'm saying Colts Packers right now. I'm saying it right now. Colts Packers. I appreciate that, Zach, putting that prediction out there.
Let me ask you, do you know who Nick Wright is?
Who?
Nick Wright. You don't know who that is, right? He's a Fox Sports analyst.
No.
He's not the only one, but he came out very strong. But this is not the disclaimer. I don't believe this. I don't share these beliefs. But there is a running sentiment amongst analyst circles. Andrew Luck is overrated. And for a guy who always talks about turnovers, that's you, David, just to let you know. Always talk about turnovers kill you. Oh, you got to stop it. You got to stop it. And I've always said turnovers are overrated. In 55 career games, your boys got 55 career interceptions.
I want you to do the same
And
lookup.
and Andy Dalton have a career higher QB rating than Andrew Luck.
I want you to do a lookup on Peyton Manning's first 4 years in the league. How many interceptions?
This is a different league. This
No.
is a different rules. No. It's the truth.
Peyton Manning came out of college and came into the NFL.
And it was different rules. It was different rules. Okay, bro. It was different rules.
The first 4 years of Peyton Manning. I
don't share these sentiments. I'm just saying, your boy, the savior, that great generational talent at the QB position, it's got 55 interceptions. And I think a lot of that has to do is because the lack of talent on his team. He has to be ultra aggressive because his team needs him to carry them.
Yeah, they do need.
But yeah, so if the Colts wanna go to the Super Bowl this year, Andrew Luck is throwing 60 touchdowns this year.
I don't know about 60.
Okay, that team is basura. That talent is basura. Okay, anything about talk about Super Bowl, you can forget about your 5-year prediction. Unless Andrew Luck comes out of nowhere, you throw that crap.
Hey, what was the topic right now before we got on the Colts? Who is that team that is gonna just come out of nowhere? What if it's the Colts?
They had. What are you talking about out of nowhere?
What did they do last year?
What was the predictions last year? What was everybody's predictions like? Oh, the Colts, man, Super Bowl contenders.
It's the opposite of answering this question. They didn't go up; they went down. Right?
Oh,
they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. They were crap last year. Who won the division? I don't even remember who won the division.
The Texans. Didn't the Texans win the division?
I don't remember, man. It's been too long.
All I know is the Colts, all they have is them and their wide receivers. That's it.
They do need to get better. Talent-wise, they do.
All I know is when people give me statistics about QBs and all this other things, stats will never tell the whole story. Like when you throw those, statistics at me about interceptions and your boy over there in KC, your boy
Alex Smith,
5-yard 5-yard sunshine over there. Okay. I'm just saying, this is what some analysts are talking about, bringing up these statistics and talking about QB rating and all that. And guess what? It's insane they're getting paid, and I'm not for this. They should know that does not tell the whole story. They're going to come out of nowhere and tell me Andy Dalton's better than Andrew Luck now. I don't think Andrew Luck is an elite quarterback. That's something I said I've refrained from calling him. But the man deserves more than, be in the same category as Andy Dalton. That's just disgusting.
You know what though?
And Andy Dalton did take a big step last year. Let me not get on Andy Dalton like that.
He did play pretty well last year. That cannot be ignored. So I mean, we're into the Red Zone Blitz. We're gonna start taking your guys' questions, talking to you guys down in the comment box. I do have the FanDuel promo code down in the comment box. I don't have the FanDuel logo up because they have a new look this season. They just updated their logo a couple of days ago. You guys want to take the challenge in daily fantasy sports? You guys can head over to FanDuel. Use the promo code I have down in the comment box below. It's Wake Up, and you guys will get 50% on your initial deposit there. And their new jingle is "Every fan deserves to be sports rich."
And speaking about fantastic news, I got an email from FanDuel today. Our governor signed a bill legalizing fantasy sports betting here in New York, which was a big battle because New York is legendary for being, stubborn when it comes to, betting, and all the fantasy players fought for it hard. So FanDuel is legal here in New York. So Good job, FanDuel. I haven't played since last year, and I look forward to getting it back in this year. Hopefully, I win a big one. Hopefully, I win that 350, 60 grand. All that sweet stuff. So hopefully you guys, hopefully David can run some of those FanDuel leagues again. And
I tried last year, but
some people,
everybody they'd say, "Oh, I'm gonna do it this week." All right, I'll open up like 6 spots. It'll be me as like 1 or 2 people would join. And the problem with that is if it doesn't get filled up to capacity for what you created it for, the amount of people, it'll give you your money back. It won't create the event, and it just won't happen for that week. So I'll sit there, I'll be like, all right, I got 5 guys, I need 1 more, no one joins, and then we just don't end up playing that week. So
Greenberg was asked, since you are flaming the Bengals, who do you think their record? I didn't flame him. I'm just saying, I think most people's minds Andrew Luck is better than Andy Dalton, and he was and this Nick Wright guy was calling Andrew Luck overrated. He brought up other names too. I don't remember the other quarterbacks' names, and it wasn't big names. I think Andy Dalton was the biggest name. The Bengals still should be very competitive. It's just a tough division. I think the Bengals could still end up with a 10-6 record because they still got that talent. They got that continuity. And if Andy Dalton could play the same way he played last year, especially the first 10 weeks where he was at MVP level, I think the Bengals will be just fine. But it is going to be a tough division. And the Steelers, even though they're going to have a big offense, even without Martavis Bryant, who's out for the year, he got suspended. Their defense is going to be horrid. It's not going to look good at all this year unless they make some. They're that defense that gets turnovers. Yeah.
The Steelers
gave up average about 370 yards per game last year.
It's weird because
that's not their MO. Yeah.
The last couple of years they've drafted some pretty good linebackers. So I don't know. They might be. I think they might have a shot at turning that around. I mean, like Ryan Shazier, Bud Dupree. Who's the linebacker they drafted? I think it was Jarvis Jones. I mean,
but it's been Jarvis Jones has been there for like 3-4 years now. He's got to like step it up. Like these guys has got to step it up. Their defense is just not what it used to be. It's just not Steeler, what you're used to of the Steelers. And at 370 yards a game, that's not producing a lot of results. They produced a lot of sacks and turnovers last year. I don't know if that's going to translate this year. So they have, like I said, I'm not saying they're going to be horrible. I'm saying they have a chance to be horrible, and they have a better chance of being horrible than great. That's for sure.
I think the Steelers win the division.
Well, that wouldn't bother. I just said anybody could win this division.
You said they could be more of a chance of them being horrible than them being.
What about their defense?
What about overall though? I have them winning that division.
Overall, they had the best quarterback in who I think is the third best quarterback in the NFL, and Big Ben. So yeah, that helps. That hides a lot of flaws. Am I right or wrong?
It could, yeah.
Arguably, a top 3 running back in the league too. But he's out for 4 games too.
He needs to learn how to stay on the field, not off the field.
Le'Veon Bell. So, but the Ravens, I think they could take a step forward this year. They set a record for most losses with 3 points and under, or 8 points and under. It was something crazy like that. So The Ravens are right there. The Bengals have the talent. This is just a tough division again. Any team in this division can win it. Well, except the Browns. When I say division, I'm always excluding the Browns. Excuse me. I'm sorry to give you Cleveland fans any hope. Just be happy.
Hey,
hopefully you're a Cavs fan.
Cavs, the Indians are, being talked about as.
I said, be happy if you're a Cavs fan. You celebrate your championship because in football you got no shot this year. Okay, I'm just excluding you when I'm talking about anybody.
Might have a shot in baseball too. So.
Oh, yeah, the Indians, yeah. No one cares about the Indians, though. When was the last time you met an Indians fan?
Never, but I'm saying, I mean, it's
no one's cared about the Indians since the 90s. Let me ask Glass, right? Yeah, Glass. You know any Indians fans?
Yes, if Glass, I don't know if Glass checked out or not, but
no, he's right there. He just said the Steelers will win the North. I mean, yeah, the AFC North.
He did? Oh, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
If you guys know an Indians fan, please post a picture on Twitter.
Yeah, like what does an Indians fan even look like? I don't know.
Do they exist?
Yeah, it's like one of those things. It's like Bigfoot, aliens, the Loch Ness Monster, and Cleveland Indian fan.
He said our boy Bill Belichick is trying to fight stereotypes. Our top 3 wide receivers are white. We have Edelman, Amendola, and Hogan. Okay, if he really wants to fight stereotypes, bring back a white cornerback.
Ooh,
cornerback, not a cornerback.
Hey, how
bring
many
back,
white
bring
corners
back,
can you name off the top of your head right now?
What?
I was saying,
I was gonna say,
how many white corners are there right now in the league that you can just name off the top of your head? I don't think there's one.
I don't know. Greenberg said, I know a lot of Indians fans because I live in Columbus, Ohio. And he said, I'm a Cincinnati fan, though. Well, they just traded their big guy, Jay Bruce, to the Mets, so rest in peace at that. Should we get into the Madden ratings? Do any of you guys play Madden? Are you Madden fans? Madden 17 dropped their player ratings, and I don't know if you want to take out that spreadsheet or not, David, but let's give them their top 10. Let's give them their top 10 rating players. At 10 from the Ravens, Marshall Yada, right guard, 97 overall. Cowboys, Tyron Smith, 97. Chiefs, Justin Houston, 97. Browns, Joe Thomas, left tackle, 97. Number six, Aaron Donald from the Rams, 98. Now we go into the 499 overall players. Who do you think those 4 are? I'm gonna let that sink in for a second. Do you see any surprises in this ratings? I think you mentioned one before.
The top in the top 10 or
anyway, period. I know you brought up the safety.
At 12. They have him at 96. They have 3 players at 96. One being Aaron Rodgers, the other being Julio Jones, and the third. All right, this is where I was like, I don't know about this one. Tyrann Mathieu. They have at 96. Okay, as the tied for the 11th or 12th, tied for the 12th best player in Madden, and the best safety in the league. Now I'm gonna ask these guys. Is Tyrann Mathieu the best safety in the NFL? I think this is an obvious no. I don't think he is.
I don't think it's an obvious no.
I think it's an obvious no.
I think he's arguably the best safety in football.
Look, Bird Gang, the Arizona Cardinals fan, the only one that's running his mouth says Tyrann Mathieu's overrated.
I think I did mention Earl Thomas off camera. I said Earl Thomas is probably the best safety in football. But I think, Honey Badger can make a claim. He can argue for being the best safety in football.
Okay. There's Harrison Smith of the Vikings. There's Eric Berry of the Chiefs. Who else they got?
Your boy Khalil Mack is a 94.
I know, man. I told everybody about
guess who's not near him?
Let me ask you, where's Jadeveon Clowney at?
Yeah, I was gonna say, guess who's not near him? And speaking about that, is he gonna play 10 games this year? Can he do something? Can he help out JJ Watt? And Zach already looked at the
Malcolm Jenkins is a 93. Is Malcolm Jenkins good? Is he that good?
What is it? I know Rashad
Jones No, I was still talking about safeties. Rashad Jones of the Dolphins is good. He's at 93. But Malcolm Jenkins, 93.
Harrison Smith from the Vikings is a 94. Free safety.
I like Harrison Smith. I wanted Harrison Smith when he was coming out, but Eric Weddle is a 92.
Zach already saw this list because he's right. J.J. Watt, Grunk, Luke Kuechly, Von Miller are 99 overalls. To be honest, I don't think Von Miller should be a 99 overall.
J.J. Watt should.
Von Miller had a stupid, insane, fantastic playoffs. I cannot take that away from him. But during the regular season, I don't think he's as dominant as portrayed. He's no J.J. Watt.
Gronk is not a 99. And the only reason he is because he's on the Madden cover.
Who?
Gronk.
Gronk is a 99.
He's not a 99.
He's a 99.
No tight end in the history of the league should be
Gronk,
a 99.
Gronk.
If you're a 99, I understand that you're the best.
Let me tell you something. Besides,
by
when,
like
when you're talking about non, let me tell you something about Gronk. And I don't care if anyone agrees with me, okay? He has the widest gap between him and anybody else in that by position.
I know. I agree with that. But
okay. And another thing is, he is the second most dominant non-QB in the league.
Besides who? JJ?
Besides JJ. Gronk destroys.
But a 99 is, but as a tight end.
Opponents. He is a 99. This is by position. At 99, I mean, as a tight end, he does everything.
Who's the next tight end? Where's the next tight end rank? Like 83?
I have no idea, man. Let me see. Let me scroll down.
That up real
I already got
Greg
it. Greg Olsen. 93. He's a 93.
And then they got Delaney Walker at 93.
Whoa, let's take it easy with the Delaney Walker.
93.
Then it's a far down cry after that because I can't find anything after that. Who's at the okay? It's Jordan Reed. He's real good. He's at 89. Jordan Reed.
He's still young.
He's a fantasy stud. You better pick him up. Jason Witten is still at 87. Maybe that's got to be a lot because his run blocking has got to be.
He doesn't have too many more years left. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, some of those rankings.
Of course, Blank Mamba was gonna bring. He said Gronk is better than any wide receiver.
Did you buy Madden, Ezra?
I purchased Madden 16.
When's it come out?
The Madden 17, I am not sure. Maybe the guys can tell us in the chat. Let me pull it up.
Because I was thinking, I don't know if I should buy it or not. I haven't really played Madden. And
we should, and then we should play. You got PS4?
Yeah.
All right, I got PS4. We should go both get it and have some random Madden battles over here.
You can post them to your sports, my
stream. Yeah, I can put it on my stream, put it on my YouTube channel, all that sweet stuff, man. It releases August 23rd this month.
August 23rd. It's a $60 game that's going to be $10 in about 9 months. I don't know, man.
You want to buy it in 9 months?
Yeah, we might have to make those videos in about 9 months.
What are you trying to say? You want to get Madden 16 and just update the roster? That's what you're telling me?
Do they let you do that?
Of course they let you do that.
They let you update the roster with the new players?
Oh, Greenberg, have a good one, man. Oh, speaking about Marvin McNutt, Ohio Pats fan just came in here. I want to thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me. Someone, who's this? Rizzy _ sent me pictures on Instagram. I guess he has Marvin McNutt, right, on his team. Marvin McNutt for the season has 63 catches, 1,102 yards, okay, with 11 touchdowns. And his Titans have a 14-2 record. He's an overall 68.
Yes.
So
that is awesome.
And he sent me the picture and he said the GOAT right here, yo. He's
oh Man, you didn't tag me in that.
Hey,
I don't think he knows who I am. I don't
he
know
sent
who
it to
I
me.
am.
He sent it to me in a message. So I just want to give a shout out to Rizzy _ on Instagram for sending me that Marvin McNutt.
You know, if I got
Classic.
Madden, I think the only thing I ever do on Madden is I create a cupcake team. All 60s. Guys, just all garbage. You don't even never heard of them.
So you can't have Marvin McNutt on your team. Nope.
No, I have to have Marvin. I'll pick Marvin up for sure. But I like to draft. I like to scout, draft, develop, simulate the season, see how the team did, and do it all over again. The only problem, this is why I don't play Madden. There's simulations. When you simulate a game or a season, they're not realistic. I had somebody send me an image on Twitter. They're like, "Hey Dave, look at your guy A-Rod. Look what he's gonna do this year." Aaron Rodgers threw for like 5,900 yards and like 50 touchdowns. I was like, that's why I don't play Madden, because when you sim something, it should be realistic. It should still have that, the numbers should still be real. It never is. It just never is. So I don't know. I'll see if I eventually get it. I just don't know if I'm gonna get it right now. $60 is too much to spend on a game.
That's unrealistic. I wish I can. Oh, is it right here? Oh, let me see. It says, "Dude simulates an entire season of Major League Baseball, the show, with every single player as Bartolo Colon."
How do you do that?
You just reminded me of that. It says so. All 30 teams will be comprised of Bartolo Colons.
So like what happened?
It says the batting title for American League is won by Cologne on the Red Sox with a cool 204 mark. The National Batting League champion on the Braves rocked a 195 average by Cologne.
What about pitching?
He said there was an Orioles Bartolo Colon who hit 6 triples.
Oh wow.
Oh, this is so awesome. I just wanted to say, oh, wow. The Angels, Bartolo Colon, had a 0.23 ERA with 298 strikeouts. And if you're not into baseball, that is monster, insane, unrealistic numbers. There's 298 strikeouts. That's realistic. But the 0.23 ERA, wow. Oh, man.
Oh yeah, Zachification says that was him with the A-Rod picture. Aaron Rodgers with the 5,900 yards is just not realistic.
Blaine Gabbert. You know what, Blaine Gabbert? Speaking about, you talking about guys being cut. If he ends up being the starter, your boy might be getting cut.
Who's my boy? I don't like him. I never liked him.
Your boy. You know who your boy is.
Colin Kaepernick. Yeah, that's a weird thing for the Niners, man. When you're a Niners fan, 5-6 years ago, you're like, all right, we have Colin Kaepernick, we have the nastiest linebacking squad in all of football with Bowman, Patrick Willis, Aldon Smith. We're not going anywhere for the next 10 years. We have a squad. We have a team that's going to compete year in, year out. Jim Harbaugh could be the best coach we've ever had in the history of the franchise. We're going to NFC championships. We're going to Super Bowls. And then it just all ended in like 2 years. It just like a roller coaster. They went up, and then all of a sudden it just went down. It went down fast. And can you imagine being a Niners fan with just a diehard Niners fan with those emotions? Just be like, man, Patrick is gone. Jim Harbaugh is gone. Colin Kaepernick is not what he was. Half the team retired.
What was he? I've never understood what Colin Kaepernick was.
He never was anything. He had a hot streak. That's what it was. That's what he was, a hot streak. And it ended. I
never understood.
It ended. And did you see what he was last year? What was he last year?
He's going to be a backup this year somewhere.
I'm pretty sure last year they were, if they weren't the last, they were like 31st in the league in passing. I mean, you can't be one of these up and coming hot shot quarterbacks and you can't throw the football. It's just not how it works. So,
well, guys, we got 10 minutes to go. So, you got any questions, comments? Let us know in the FanDuel comment box.
that would be nice. And again, don't forget, if you guys want to hit us up on Facebook and Twitter, you guys can catch those down in the handles below. If you want to talk more football, anytime, any place, anywhere, hit us up on Twitter. We'll talk to you guys. We will respond to your guys' tweets. We love talking to you guys. That's why we do the show. There's no point in doing it if we can't. So it just means sitting. Hey, Ez, you want to just sit here and talk back and forth?
Bird Game, what games do you play on PS4? And send me your PSN. Or matter of fact, I'll send you my PSN on Twitter. Hit me up on Twitter.
I recently
At Idiot Ezra.
I bought FIFA 16 about a month ago, and that's all I've been playing is FIFA. I've been playing the crap out of FIFA Ultimate Team.
I guess the last FIFA I played was like 06.
I never played FIFA. I played FIFA 98. That was the last FIFA I ever played. I played FIFA 98 on PS1. I haven't picked it up since.
So you like soccer?
I played soccer. I played soccer for 6 years.
Oh, my bad. With that, no wonder your hair is so fantastic. What is up with soccer players and their hair being so damn good?
I'm not too sure. I actually need a haircut, but
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Is it like with your hair in the wind or something? Is the wind a perfect antidote for your hair? Is that a good? I don't understand.
I don't know. I just have really thick hair, and when you let it grow out and you get a short on the sides,
I've seen a soccer player with bad hair. I
don't know. There's not too many except maybe Alexi Lawless.
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah. If you look them up, you'll know. He's an analyst on ESPN now.
Yeah, I really don't know what it is because I don't care for soccer.
Well, you might have seen him around.
Okay, I almost said a joke, but it wouldn't be a joke that I'm really, I really don't feel that way. It reminded me of a joke of Kenny Powers. There was this principal. He said, because Kenny Powers is a former baseball player who's trying to get back to Major League Baseball. He said, yeah, I do triathlons. He said, no, I play a real sport. I don't try to be the best at exercising. I was about to tell you that joke. Like, you know what? Yeah, David. Yeah, I don't try to be the best at exercising, but I don't feel about that on soccer. Even though I don't care for soccer, I respect their athletes, and I wouldn't diss them like that. But that was a hilarious joke on Kenny Powers.
It requires a lot of stamina, man. It really does. People talk so much crap about soccer, and I can speak from experience because I played the sport. They're fairies. That's all you'll ever hear.
Wait, I'm lost right now. It says if you want realistic, Madden, go to Mr. Hurricane or Moonlight. What is this?
Hey man, no, don't be advertising everybody else. We're on the Red Zone Blitz right now.
Well, first of all, I don't even know who that is. I don't.
Anyway,
where to look?
Running up and down the field, it's so much stamina. If you put the average person sitting there talking crap about soccer out on the field,
I'll catch a heart attack.
They would not last 1 minute. They would not last 1 minute. Same goes for boxing.
You can say that about anything professional,
right? But when boxing is one of those that you would never even guess. You would never even guess that your legs are the first thing to go. When you're sitting there going around the ring, even in the first, second round, if you're not conditioned, your legs start to burn like they're like hot lava. And
you can say it about anything. I'm just saying you.
So. I don't know. I'm just speaking.
You could go bowling. You go with a professional. You're not going to get close to a professional. I could watch soccer. No. I'd much rather watch soccer than
You can watch soccer over golf or tennis.
Of course. Wait. I could watch tennis. Hey.
No.
I can watch tennis, and I can watch some women's volleyball too any day of the week. Black Mom wants to know, are you guys doing a fantasy football league?
Yes. Thank you for reminding me. We have 5 minutes. Everybody listen up. I want everybody to stop doing what they're doing.
Nate Diaz.
All right. Here we go. I totally forgot. So I would like to get a show of hands here, so to speak, on who would be interested in doing or joining a Wake Up It's Football Fantasy Football League on ESPN. It would be a snake draft, not an auction. It'd be a snake. I would hope to get 10 guys. I would hope to get Ezra. Ezra, if you're interested.
I hate ESPN.
Dude, I can't do Yahoo.
I shouldn't say that publicly, right? I hate ESPN fantasy football.
I know.
Well, I know I haven't touched ESPN fantasy football in probably 5 years.
Okay,
maybe it's a lot different. So maybe I'll give it a try.
Not bad. I like it. You got Bird Gang who wants to do it. Who else? I'm trying to get over.
I've always been used to Yahoo.
Right. Hold on. You got Bird Gang. You got Tyler. You got Black Mamba, who's all interested. So that's 3. Me's 4. Ezra's 5. So we would need just 5. And is if you guys can either send me an email address that I can just jot down, so that when I can send you guys the invites, or
oh, did you freeze on us?
no, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
I'm still here. If you guys want to send it to me on Twitter, you guys can send me your email address on Twitter. Just figure out a way to send me your email address. That way when I set up the league, I send out the invites, you guys will get them, and we can set it all up. So we got Hippo, Super Hippo. Let's get a head count here, all right? Me, Ezra, Bird Gang, Black Mamba, Tyler Foddy, Andrew Kim, Super Hippo, Delaki. That's 8.
Hey, you got to do it right, David. First come, first serve. You give them the email, that's when you get in. Don't say me until you send the email. That's it.
So we got no, not on FanDuel. No, not on FanDuel. We're doing this on ESPN. It's an ESPN standard snake draft. We're gonna have to find a time. Could be I think a day that everyone's gonna be probably available is probably a Sunday, right? Everybody available.
And Super Hippo, if I were you, I'll take your email off YouTube Well, no, this won't stay in the comments, right?
No, I think it disappears. So,
but send it via Twitter.
I'm gonna copy and paste that. Real quick.
I thought it was gonna be comments. I was like, don't leave your email in the comments, or you will be spammed.
Yeah, somebody will send your crap all over China. All right, so send me you guys email addresses. When I get 10 emails, we'll have this league up and running. We're gonna need to do it within the next couple of weeks, though, because football's right around the corner. So the sooner the better. Can I email you my email? Yeah, you can email me if you guys want to even do that. If you don't want your email address getting out to other people, email me at wakeupitsfootball@yahoo.com. It's down in the description box below the video. My email address is there as well. So you can email me your email if that makes you feel better. That's cool with me. So I'm assuming Ezra's in, right? Ezra, you going to do this?
I'll see. We'll see. When you're up to 9 spots, I'll let you know.
All right. Well, we got 2 minutes left. If you guys have any late questions you guys want to add or anything like that, we're going to head out here shortly. But we appreciate everybody who's came in to contribute to the show tonight. Black Mamba, Tyler Foddy, Bird Gang, Andrew Kim, Super Hippo, Delaki. I am lit. I don't know. You might not want to tell that to Roger Goodell. You might get fined. Glass from Get Witted Sports. Appreciate you guys doing that. As you see those pictures I put up of Marshawn Lynch.
No, I didn't see no pictures of Marshawn Lynch. What's going on there?
Remember I said Marshawn Lynch, man, is he making a comeback? Sources saying he's watching some game tape.
Logan. Oh, I've seen that. I don't care for that. Logan just said I'll be down for a fantasy on ESPN. I'm just not signed in on YouTube.
How's he watching us then?
I don't know. How are you watching, Logan? Maybe
whatever.
Maybe he's watching. He's just not signed in into YouTube.
That's cool. I mean, as long as you send us your email. If you got an email or 2 addresses thrown your way, let me know and give them to me so I can set it up.
Did I give anyone the boot tonight? No, I did not give anyone the boot tonight.
It's a great.
But it's early. It's our first episode. The boot's got to be special. We just can't give everybody a boot every week.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone deserves it right now, though.
There's probably plenty of people that deserve it. Johnny Manziel probably deserves the boot.
He deserves it every day, but
Okay, but he needs a different boot.
That would get old.
He needs a rehab boot. Okay,
That's true. All right,
Okay.
fellas. It's 9:30 my time. It's been an hour and a half. Thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate it. Ezra, same time next week, hopefully.
And I did this under the weather. Okay, flu symptoms, and I fought it strong for you guys.
It goes up with the Michael Jordan performances.
That's what I do, man.
It's one of the best performances of all time.
But don't ever put me in the same breath as Michael Jordan. I'm not that jerk.
All right. All
That's right. You damn right I said it.
All right, fellas. We'll catch
Damn
you
that
guys
jerk.
later. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We're out.
Later.